Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you are all doing well and that all of you can see spring is on its way. There are subtle changes here in Virginia, especially the bird song has changed to spring, even though, you know, we've been probably around the 40s, but yesterday and today actually did get in the 50s or low 50s. Anyway, today I have for you, excuse me, every time I start it seems like I cough a little bit. I have a tiny little haul and a few little project shares. I'll do the project shares really quickly first, and then we'll do the tiny little haul. The tiny little haul came from a couple different places. So first of all, I know that if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you've seen that I do Juliet Crane inspired pictures. These are the owls that you've seen many times before, and that's my little Indian girl. I decided to do another owl, and I'm working on this. At first I thought it was finished, but no, I'm not. There's certain things I need to correct on it. So, but this is where she is right now, and she will be worked on a little bit more. I also took out some papers that I had started backgrounds on for paintings, for, you know, my whimsical paintings. And believe it or not, these backgrounds right here are the same backgrounds, you know, that I use for like this and this. Oh, that's a background. You know, this and my other pictures. A lot of it does get covered up, but you can see some of it poking through and whatnot, and it adds just a lot of dimension. A lot of this was just done fingered printing and just smudging paint on. They were not quite as finished as they are right here. So I think probably I'm ready to paint on these now. And these are just on kind of like a cardstock type paper. So hopefully I'm going to get back into doing some more painting, and I'll keep you updated on that. So that's that. That's kind of like, and that's acrylic painting. Those we're all using. Well, there might be some tiny little bit of other things I use when I do those kind of painting. I use my Stabilo all pencils and, you know, the Posca paint pens and stuff. So there's a little bit of other stuff, but the majority of that medium is the acrylic paint. Now, I got out my Vicki Boutin watercolors the other day, and I've been watching a lot of Susan Rose art videos, and she's been doing loose watercolors and so on and so forth. So I thought I would play with my watercolors a little bit, and I just did these little pictures, right? They're not like anything, they're just more practice, I guess, practice pieces. So these are just flowers. This one I actually had a picture from a Birds and Blooms magazine that I was using as my inspiration. And this one I was just making all kinds, I don't know if you can tell, just like little flowers and then putting greenery in and whatnot. So just playing around. I'm trying to do a little bit of art every day, or something artistic, you know, every day if I can. And it's just so fun, you know, to get out watercolors if you haven't done that for a while, or get out your acrylics if you haven't done that for a while, or whatever, you know, whatever your medium is. Now, one of my videos not too long ago, I did a haul from Little Birdie, and I had bought these packages of watercolor paper tags, which I thought were just cute. I mean, it's just watercolor paper cut into tags, but for $1 you get 20 of them, and they're uniform. But I thought I'd play with those a little bit, so I also did some watercoloring on these. I mean, this one I just tried to do a little loose flower thing. I can actually add more to that one. And here's like a little purple flower one that I did. And then these are just still backgrounds. And you probably won't be able to tell from the camera. I think that my windows, I should close my windows a little bit, or the blinds. They have silver or gold splatters on them, watercolor splatters. And then I made this little tag. It's a background, you know, also one of those painting backgrounds, and I used the Little Birdie die cuts that I got And then I just used some fiber and made that little tag. And I thought that was really cute. And guys, I told you to keep an eye out on the Little Birdie site. That little die cut package that I bought with the birds, I emptied it into this little Hallmark, vintage Hallmark note card box. But these are fabulous. I mean, you get some bigger ones, like look at this one with the 2 birds in the cage. You get words for $1. This was amazing. And there's some real nice little sentiments on there. Be happy always, live well, love much, laugh often. Beautiful little bird houses. So, you know, if I notice that they have a sale, I will certainly another sale, I will certainly bring it to your attention, because I'll be looking myself. But they, you know, they, for $1, and these are all glittered and pretty, really cute stuff. So for $1, you get all these beautiful die cuts. And so that's what I used for this tag right here. Okay. Then the last little project that I've been working on, I work out with a personal trainer once a week, and when possible, I buddy train, which means I work out with another person at the same time, and we alternate. Like if one's doing this exercise, the other will be doing this one, or we'll have 3 or 4, and we'll just be rotating around with our trainer. And I love to do that because I love working out with someone. I don't mind working with my trainer, but she, you know, she mostly stands there and watches me do this. It's fun to have someone working out with you because misery loves company, let's face it. But anyway, I got a new buddy, and she's really nice. I've only worked out with her like 2 or 3 times, I think, since I had COVID. I started working with her. But anyway, I was talking with her and my trainer. My trainer is not a Christian. My other workout buddy is. And I was just talking about, you know, how I have a gratitude journal and how I try to write 5 things every day that I'm thankful for. And they both, you know, thought that that was a great idea. Even my trainer, who I don't believe she's a Christian. She goes to church sometimes, but I don't believe she's quite there yet. Anyway, I decided to make them each a little gratitude journal. And it's just a simple pamphlet stitch journal. I put this cross charm with some beads on it. This says bloom and grow. This is for my workout partner. And then I just used graph paper, vintage graph paper in there. And then every once in a while I have like a little sticker that has something gratitude related in it. So just a simple little journal for each of them. And then this is the one I made for my trainer with this little charm here with the orange and like aqua color, which goes with this paper here. Hers says grateful. And then in the front of each one, I had a little thing, a little saying on a card or something that they could use as a bookmark if they wanted to. So I made that for each of them, and I'll be giving them on Wednesday because that's when I will be seeing them again. Okay, now just a little hauls from here, there, and everywhere. Mostly it is Walmart. And I went there the other day to get some household items, and I just got somehow sucked into the craft department. How did that happen, right? So I bought this apple barrel white matte acrylic paint, but the big one, because I use a lot of white when I paint. Both on my jelly plate, you know, after I use colors on my jelly plate, I really like to put white down and then absorb all the crumbly bits and stuff that's stuck to the jelly plate. And I'll show you, this is like one of the results, like when you do that. I just love this. This is so pretty. So yeah, I've also been jelly plating. I should have showed you these, but this is just a bunch of jelly plates, and maybe we'll do a craft with these coming up too. But I use a lot of white, so that was a lot of words just to tell you I bought a big white. So there's the big white. Then I saw they have these Waverly chalk paints, and these were not that expensive. I think they were like $2 something for chalk paint, and it's Waverly. So I got this one. It's kind of a browny taupe color, and it's called Mineral. And I have a little project in mind for either that one or I bought this other one. It's also Waverly chalk and it's called Silver Lining. And I have a little project that I'll show you for these, but if you buy something at a thrift shop, like a little wooden box or, you know, even a candlestick, whether it's metal or wood or something like that, you can give them a coat with these chalk paints. And they had a bunch of colors. I just kind of wanted to stick neutral, but you can cover them really easy with a coat or two of chalk paint and make them look into something really high end. So that's why I decided to buy those. And then I bought this, and this is a Royal Langnickel, which I don't think that is a really good brand, but it is 12 acrylics, and it's the neon set. Okay, now I am not a neon lover. not like on its own. I don't have like neon things all over the place, and I don't do like graffiti art. I mean, a lot of people love that. That's not me. And I don't like neon colors like just out there by themselves. However, what I have learned from my Juliet Crane class is that if you use like neon a little bit here or there, it really makes your pictures pop. Now, I only have 2 neon colors. I have, where is it? I find it? No, I can't. Oh, it's fallen down here. Hold on a second. I have this golden, dregs of this golden fluorescent orange, and I got that at the scrap reuse store. And then I have a neon ink, a neon green ink, which is this here. But when you put neon colors, you might be able to see on the camera kind of neon-y colors in your backgrounds or whatever. It really makes your pictures pop. Now this one I did use, that is not neon. It looks like it is, but it's not. I did actually use some neon green touches like on the little owl's head. And you can barely see it, but it does show up. And like this little guy here, there's some neon green little spots on his body too. And then on this one, he's got some neon here. And then in her, she's got some neon on her in her background too. And it just kind of makes the colors pop. And I'm talking a very, very, very little bit. But this has got a whole lot of nice colors. It's got 12 different colors, like 2 greens, a blue, purple, pink, orange, yellow, like lemon yellow, and then like a yellow orange, and then like a green yellow, and it's got white and black, but I think that's probably just to work with that. So neons, if you do acrylics, can be really fun. And maybe when I do a painting, I'll show you how I use the neons in there. So I bought this one, and this was actually, I forget how much this was. It wasn't over $6, I don't think. I got this one, but there was a apple barrel one that had 4 color neon, only 4 colors, but more like the regular size bottles, and they were in a box together, and that was more expensive. And since I'm not going to be painting anything large with it, I thought, well, I'm going to go with the more colors and the smaller tubes, since, you know, I'm not going to be using tons of it at a time. Okay. So also, okay, so that's what I got from Walmart, was this stuff, okay, the paints, just that. Then this weekend I went to a thrift shop, and I had never been to this thrift shop before. It's about, I'd say maybe 17 miles from my house, but I live in a rural county, and this isn't but where I live in the rural county is one of the more built up areas of the rural county. I have trouble saying that, rural. Anyway, this thrift shop, I didn't even know it existed. It's in a rural part of the county, but it belongs to a church, and it's a huge thrift shop. Like the church has its own building, and then they have their own thrift shop building also, not attached to the church, like their own retail site. It was fabulous. I had a good time, and I bought some clothes and some stuff for my shop. And I only bought there 2 crafting things because, again, yes, I'm buying a few little things. I'm really not trying to buy a whole bunch of stuff. But I did buy this little case, and it says inside fit and fresh. So this is obviously a thermal insulated case for like lunch or something. It's got the cute little owls on it. The reason I bought this is not for my lunch. It is for carrying my art supplies to and from the shop, because what I want to do is I use a tin, like, let's see if I have it up here. I don't have it here. Like a little flat tin, and I have my watercolor, some of my watercolor crayons in there, some water brushes, and one of the black and one of the browns to build all pencils. And I like to just take it to the shop with me so I can play a little bit, because it's just clean, you know, that's clean kind of play, just using watercolors. But I want to carry it. It's hard to close it up because it's really, I mean, I've really packed it full. So I thought I would give myself a little more room and just carry this. And that way I can put like bigger, if I wanted to carry, I cut up these watercolor papers into bigger pieces like these. You know, I can carry blank ones like this and they'll fit in there. They won't fit in the little tin I have, you know, whatever. But I have a whole bunch of funny little vintage journals like this right here. It's like this black, you know, it's like a little address booky thing, but it's got the two-hole punch and stuff. So what I'm going to do is take out the pages, the papers and stuff, and use those as junk journal ephemera. And then I want to cut watercolor paper to this size and put it in there, and make myself a little watercolor book that I can put in there. And then I can just, you know, have my little journal to work on. But again, this would not fit in that little tin. So again, a really long story why I bought this little owl thing. Okay. So then the last thing I bought at the thrift shop was this paper, and I think you can see it through the wrapper. I really don't want to unwrap it until I'm quite ready to use it. But it's got a really cool kind of design, and I thought this would be really fun to decoupage with, like especially backgrounds or something. It's just like color blocks and stuff, but some of them have like a black end, and it just reminds me, like right here, it just reminds me of a paintbrush. But that's not what it is. I think they're just all just colored sticks and what have you, colored blocks with different colors. So this is a whole roll. It hasn't been opened, and so I got that. Okay, then today I went to Lidl, the grocery store, Lidl. It's the first time I went. It is a European grocery store. My parents have been going there. They have an apartment in England, and everyone in Europe knows, well, most of people in Europe know about Lidl. We've had one here in my area for a couple of years. I've never been, but my sister is visiting me, and she showed me the flyer. I don't get the flyer. They do not send it down here where I am. We are too rural, so they don't send any flyers for anything into the next town up. They don't send it down here. But I was at my parents, and I saw the flyer. Oh my goodness, they had some super duper sales on like produce and stuff like that. But like Aldi, they do sell some other stuff occasionally. And they had the only crafty thing I bought from them was these little, for 99 cents, 20 pieces. It's called wood confetti. And these are actually wood, but they're different colored little flowers. And I thought those were super cute. And again, maybe I'll use those with somehow on these to accent these watercolor tags. They also had butterflies that were the same colors, but I just chose to get the flowers. And then this is certainly the last item I bought. New is not crafty, but I think every crafter can relate. Ta-da! Organic dark chocolate. This was a good price. It was only $2.29. It's organic dark chocolate. It is fair trade, 70% cocoa, so this is not going to be that sweet. Yeah, so this to me is a craft supply. Let me know, isn't chocolate a craft supply? I mean, to me it is. It has to be like somewhere where I'm crafting, right? So I actually bought myself 2 of these because I thought that was a terrific deal. the last thing I want to show you, that's it for projects, that's it for haul and everything. But when I did my last Dollar Tree haul, I bought those some turquoise bins. One, I'm not going to show you the triangular ones yet. I mean the rectangular ones. I'm not going to show you those, how I use those yet. But I bought the little round one, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with that? I have no idea. And I promised you I would show you when I found something, and I did. All of the little fabric scraps that I have sitting on my desk, I decided to put in this bin, and I love it because it's big enough that I can dig and pull things out and whatever. And yes, these are vintage hankies. They are clean, but I do use these pieces of these in my journals and whatnot. But anyway, so having it in this little bigger bin, I did have it in a tiny little thing, and of course every time I reached for something it all fell out, and it was really annoying. So guys, if you can get these little round bins still, putting your fabric or ribbons or something like that you want to keep on your desk nice and handy, this works great. Absolutely great. So that's it, guys. That's what I have for you today. Nothing earth-shattering. I will be starting some projects soon, and hopefully we'll do that together, or I'll do it, so that you can work along with me or watch what I do. I've been super busy, and like I said, my sister is down here from New York visiting, so she'll be here a couple weeks. But I'll still be putting videos up and doing stuff. So guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found some stuff you might want. You might consider doing some of the day glow, like I said, just as accents and so on and so forth. And please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'd love to have you on my channel. And I have to go because Princess Holly Golightly here needs to eat her dinner. But until the next video, guys, I hope you are truly blessed. Bye-bye.